Wow. So this is a whole nother texture. All of these categories, they're so vitally alive that my purpose in going through it in the exercise and taking the extra classes to take the time to do it is it makes it, when you see that each one is a living factor and really there, you don't doubt about the theory of astrology. You know it's alive and it works. That the texture is there. And even if you can't see it, you can watch until you say, oh, there it is. You can learn to see it. So Uranus in the mutable signs, hey, take this job and shove it. Who needs this? I'm doing something different. I'm going there. I'm not staying here. I'm not staying here. They're over diversified. They find freedom and excitement in too many ways, so it's hard to be stable in any one place. So in the mid-60s, when you had Uranus, Pluto, and Saturn all square and opposed, Uranus and Pluto conjunct opposed Saturn, and then Jupiter came up and squared it. It was a very difficult time. It was in Virgo and Pisces. This is the time when the Beatles came with the song, "She's leaving home, bye-bye." How can you imagine that we did it? What did we do wrong with Saturn and Pisces? Uranus and Pluto and Virgo was just, we're taking off anyways. We don't want to be there. So there were many ways that this played out in the world. But these people that have the mutable crosses, and Uranus is involved in it, and it ties into their sun and moon, it's very difficult for them to get stable relationships. Or jobs are in it. But really, as it piles up, as it comes in, you begin to see how this, you can't start saying your anxiety or freedom's there because you have to see the sun, the moon. You have to see how someone processes and who they are up to Saturn. Then you can begin to sense, oh, look, this is challenging this. Are you prepared to work for that or make room for that challenge? Or are you just going to let that challenge disrupt your world? Well, most teenagers, it will disrupt their world. You know, do I stay at the same course? Which school, which class am I going to go? Do I stay in school? Do I go out? Do I meet people? What's one relationship? Is monogamy monotony? Do I need multiple relationships? Multiple excitements? It's not going to be just one thing. It gets diversified, but by being diversified, when there's so many changes and so much excitement, it's hard to stabilize anything. It's not as strong as it would be in a cardinal sign. It's not as noticeable, but it's noticeable in its own way. These people can run around, they can run into a freedom, they can run into anxiety and move away from it and adapt to it, adjust around it, and they'll have multiple takes on how to react to it. Everything's a puzzle. Excitement is a puzzle. Now they have the most understanding and the most way of trying to figure it out. The Mercury and the Virgo and the Gemini are going to be Mercury ruled. They're going to be trying to figure out how to use this excitement. It's going to be a mental thing, a knowledge-based thing. What do you mean I didn't think it right? They can be really incredibly intelligent and excitable, or they can be very radical and almost neurotic about their ideas, or shocked when they think they know everything, or they're the leading edge and maybe nobody's listening. Within Sag and Pisces, Jupiter ruled, it's the understanding the flaw, your principles and your morals. So if you have Uranus and Sag, you're going to have the radical radical philosophy. You're going to be looking at different outlooks on things. Oh, that's exciting. Oh, someone get away with that. Someone could do that. Wow. How could someone be? There's a bigamous community. There's a community of multiple marriages where you have 3 or 4. You can have 3 or 4 wives, or mixed things, or you work in another. You're excited to go to other countries or run into other cultures or other options. You see the Sagittarius sense of Jupiter, sense of adventure in Sag, but it's mutable. How many different ways? How to know which one to take? I'll try this one now. Oh, this isn't working. I'll try. So as soon as the Uranus in the mutable sign runs into great excitement, and there's a lot of work to keep up to make it happen, they may not want to put all that work in to make their genius really come out. Because Uranus, that excitement principle, when it works well, it is a special genius or a special way of looking at things. Really unique, so the people around you wouldn't have it. So it's a unique thing. Doesn't mean you're going to be supported by it. Doesn't mean you're going to hold steady with it. So the Uranus in the mutable signs is inclined to have different ones across your lifetime, different excitements. This is exciting now. Oh, that's not exciting anymore. This is more exciting now. So you can get multiple choices coming in, and multiple anxieties or multiple instabilities. So in Sag, it's going to be challenging the understanding, the principles. I should be more principled. than to link up with that radical person, but I'm excited by that. So here's a new philosophy. Here's a new, oh, I like yoga. Oh, I like Zen. Oh, I like, you know, like, I like Anthony Robbins, or you run into exciting philosophy principles and you're trying to include them all for yourself to see which ones will work for you. So when it's working, well, oh, big shock, you have to change to the next one. In Pisces, it's the principles and the morals, what you believe in. So your morals and beliefs, so you're taking a radical independent outlook. Well, everybody can be independent, everyone can have their anxieties and struggles, and you can see everybody's way, but you're looking for excitement in aligning with people in various backgrounds, various morals, good and bad. And whoever has the most excitement, that excitement is coming from that area. So if the excitement is working as anxiety, it could be linking up to very questionable, unstable people. If it's working as excitement, you could run into very faithful, deep, insightful, visionary persons that bring in that excitement. So all of these signs, they need special teachers, or often special education or special alignments to make this come out. But they may not be, depending on the chart, they may or may not be responsible enough or ready enough to make that commitment. So it can float there as a trivial sense of excitement, but or a certain habit with its anxiety around it. You could always want to be the musician, but never took the commitment to do it, but you're 60 and you still want to play in a band, or you're 70 and you still want to play in a band, but you never did, but you always wanted to. So do you? That excitement can still be there, and the anxiety with it. So it affects the way you process. So Uranus, Neptune, Pluto are like insidious add-ons. There's other factors, they're hidden factors floating in your chart. The main work is up to Saturn, but these other ones are jeopardizing the Saturn structure, defenses, and forcing you to reach out and do. There has to be something a little bit more than just being in control of everything. That's the excitement. Okay, so once we get into the fire signs, energy to burn, fire signs. So what's Uranus going to do in the energy to burn sign? In the fire signs, there's a cardinal and a fixed mutable. There's a different style of each, but all of them have energy to burn. Aries wants to burn on impulse. Leo wants to burn to be noticed, or for pride, or for noble things. And Sag wants to burn for the adventures and for the understanding of things. So when Uranus comes into Aries, it's going to look for excitement in how I'm burning in. I'm doing unusual things. I'm riding my motorcycle. I'm flying. I'm taking my pilot's license. I'm dancing. I'm doing some break dancing. I'm whatever. You're doing something exciting and shocking. But that excitement is shocking. While it's very exciting, it's not necessarily stable for relationships. Opposite sign. But it's still gonna look for that excitement and have fun or feel excited in the action. Making noticed and doing something that's shocking. The Leo is doing something shocking, so they're getting attention. So Leo, somebody that has Uranus and Leo and a kid, but they're not getting attention. If they get more attention for screaming than they would get for being good, they'll scream. They'll go stand in front of the TV that their parents are watching just to get yelled at to get more attention if they're being ignored. Never mind when you put that into a marriage relationship and one person expects all the attention and they scream if they don't get it. But these ones are pushing, because the Aries is pushing its excitement. The Leo is trying to stabilize excitement. So I'm the one special one. I'll always be the special one. Everyone's always got to look up to me. Okay, and there'll be anxiety whenever anybody's not. But the fire is there's a need to show it. There's a need to play it out, to burn the energy, to find excitement. These are masculine signs. They're going to be pushing the energy out. In the Sag, it's pushing to for a unique understanding, for unique adventures, to have all these options. It's mutable fire. I've been here. I've been there. I've done this. Oh yeah, I went to Bali. Oh yeah, I went to Africa. Oh yeah, I've been places nobody's been. I've seen this, or I've seen that, and it's going to have a different take on things. So it's going to try and be teaching and showing other people how to do things and trying to encompass the overview. It's going to have the principles. It's going to want the exciting principles so it can be the leader of principles for everyone else. That doesn't mean everyone else is going to follow. That is the whole generation that will be doing this. So I'm just adding the fire, the active element of fire, the pride, the excitement and pride, the glory to the fire. When you put it to the air, it's still a masculine projective signs, but there's going to, then when you take the element, you add the cardinal, fixed, mutable, and you see these are all of the one element, but because they're cardinal, fixed, and mutable, each one is uniquely different from each other. So sometimes when you're working with the chart, usually you mix these two together. It's cardinal and air, it's cardinal and earth, and you work the two together at the same time. You can make this 2 steps one, but right now, do each step, puzzle it out, because it'll come together better for you as you get familiar with this. So the air signs is intellectual, up in their mind, up in their air, up in their heads, they're thinking. They're communicating, they're thinking. So what are the Uranus and air sign going to do? They're going to want to talk. They want to shock people with their ideas. They want to be innovative. I used to use excitement and shock, but you could say they want to be innovative. The impulse is to be innovative with your ideas with Uranus and an air sign. In Libra, it's innovative with your ideas. So Libras can be super indecisive, but as soon as they're in a relationship, they know where things are going, and their power, their cardinal power, is to control the relationship. We're doing here, we're doing this, we do this, we're planning this. They're not planning like a Capricorn, but they're aligning social, cultural things for maximum effect. So if Uranus is there, in Libra, it's going to try and align it to unconventional events, align it to this is shocking, or here's something different. Oh, let's go this is crazy. This is an exciting band, or this is something new, somebody new to speak. So they want to impress the other person and make their world exciting. Now, at the same time, they may be trying to attract someone that's stable and secure, that has the money to provide for them, and they're trying to be the excitement to use how to spend it, to push it. But the Libras are pushing the ideas. Uranus there is going to be pushing excitement and wanting to share the excitement with someone. It may just be one person. They're going to want to share that excitement in a relationship. So they're looking for a rarefied relationship that's exciting. Wow, exciting relationship is not always a stable relationship or a long-term one. Hence the dilemma of that generation of people, 7 years, that have the Uranus and Libra. When you have Uranus and Aquarius, it's air sign, it's intellectual, it's fixed in its knowledge. It knows who it knows, I know this person, I know so-and-so, I know so-and-so, I know this. I want to be respected for what I know, or acknowledged for what I know. If you need to know something, come to me, I know it. So if you add Uranus to that quality of Aquarius, it's I know all the unconventional things, I know all the shocking things, I know how to get around this, I know how to change this, I know how to change this. Like, it's the need to find innovative solutions for other people and have other people come to you, so you're always giving unique advice. At the same time, you may be giving you advice, but you're trying to stabilize how you're living, the fixed Aquarius. So you want to be shocking, but you want to be continuously there, fixed there. It requires a lot of work. That's the Saturn that's there. But this is the fixed there, fixed ideas. They'll get fixated on what's different or what's exciting or what's anxious and insecure. Okay, when you put it into a mutable sign of Gemini, again, this was, Bob Dylan was born with that, all the early folk singers are big writers and music, rock, folk and rock writers. A lot of them have this Uranus and Gemini, this need to express themselves in a shocking way, in their independent way, in as many different ways as they can, and to ride with it. So